Poco is a brand name synonymous with great value for money phones. In fact, the Poco F3 is one of our favourite mid-range phones of the year. But what about when you're trying to deliver a great experience for under £200? Well, the Poco M3 Pro is seeking to do just that. It's a 5G phone with prices starting at about £180, or £140 if you're early enough. I'm Cam Bunton from Pocket-lint, and this is the Poco M3 Pro. Or more technically, the M3 Pro box. The phone's inside it. Now if you like this video, it'd be smashing if you could hit that thumbs up, subscribe and tap the notification bell, and then you'll stay up to date with all of our uploads. If you've ever unboxed any phone before, there's not too much surprise here. It's the classic bright yellow Poco box, and under the lid the first thing you get to is the box containing some of the extra goodies. The simple SIM ejector tool is fastened to the front, so don't forget that. It's kind of essential when you're setting up the phone. Inside you'll find a sheet of Poco stickers, as well as the usual collection of paper guides for things like setting it up and warranty information. Plus, as is often the case, a case. Nothing especially fancy, just a transparent flexible number that fits over the phone. The phone itself is wrapped in protective film, but we'll move that to one side briefly because underneath that is the power adapter and USB cable, and you'll notice it's USB-A to USB-C adapter, not USB-C to USB-C, which is still fairly common at this low end of the market. Now, the phone. It's certainly an interesting looking device, if only because of the black portion on the back emblazoned with Poco's brand name in bold letters near the camera module. The rear design on this particular colour features quite a glossy and reflective appearance, and even in just our first few minutes with it, it picked up fingerprint smudges really easily. There is a yellow model though, which is far more eye-catching and less prone to these issues. The camera unit features 3 lenses, and only one of them matters really. That's the 48 megapixel primary camera. The other 2 are both low resolution 2 megapixel cameras, one for depth and the other for macro. Now when you set it up for the first time, it's pretty much identical to any other Android phone. You first select your Wi-Fi network, and then if you have an old phone backup, you can sign into your Google account and download your data. Then you set up your unlocking method, including either password, PIN or pattern, plus a fingerprint scan. The fingerprint sensor itself is built into the side of the phone, incorporated in that wake sleep button below the volume rocker. It's not that super slim style button that we've seen on the more expensive F3 though. It's definitely more standard in its form, but seems to work pretty quickly and reliable on first impressions. There are no buttons on the left side, just the SIM tray, while the bottom edge plays host to the USB-C port and a speaker grill, and the 3.5mm port is on the top edge. As for the front, that's taken up mostly by a 6.5-inch IPS LCD display, and that features a single hole punch camera in the centre, near the top edge. This and the bottom chin are a little larger than you'd find on more expensive devices, but that's no surprise. For the selfie camera itself, that's 8 megapixels. The screen itself is probably the big talking point here though, because it's not only Full HD resolution at 1080 by 2400, but can also reach refresh rates up to 90 Hz. That should mean that animations and fluidity on the screen is really smooth, although we need to test it further to see whether that's actually the case. Because the performance is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 700 processor, and that's joined by either 4 or 6 GB of RAM and a generous 5000 mAh battery. And storage options, there are either 64 GB or 128. Now the Poco M3 Pro goes on sale from the 8th of July, at least in the UK. The release date might differ depending on where you are. If you did like this video, please do leave a thumbs up, that does help us a lot. Tap subscribe and hit the notification bell, and that way you won't miss any of our future uploads. I've been Cam, I'm at Cam Bunton on social media, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.